For decades, locals around the desert near Black Mesa had whispered about strange lights. Ranchers reported cattle behaving strangely. Truck drivers claimed their radios would suddenly fill with static at exactly 2:17 a.m. before a silent light crossed the sky. Most people dismissed the stories until journalist Ethan Brooks received an anonymous package. Inside was an old military hard drive and a handwritten note. "If you're watching the sky, you're already too late." The drive contained radar recordings from a nearby decommissioned Air Force station. Every recording showed the same thing. At 2:17 a.m., an object appeared from nowhere. No takeoff, no landing, no heat signature. It simply existed. The object hovered perfectly still for exactly 43 seconds, then accelerated so fast that the radar struggled to keep tracking it. Curious, Ethan drove to Black Mesa with his cameraman Noah. The locals refused to speak. One elderly woman simply said, "They don't come every night. They come when someone starts asking questions." That night, Ethan set up cameras across the desert. At 2:16 a.m., everything changed. Every electronic device shut off. The wind stopped. Even the insects became silent. Exactly 1 minute later, a bright white sphere appeared above the mesa. Not flying, floating, completely silent. The light slowly unfolded into a gigantic black triangular craft. No engines, no sound, no blinking navigation lights. Just silence. Noah aimed the camera. The screen filled with static. Then, for a single frame, the camera captured something inside the craft. Not machinery, not windows. 3 tall figures. They weren't moving. They were simply staring directly at the camera. Noah whispered, "They knew we were here." Suddenly, the craft vanished. Not by flying away. It simply disappeared. Back at the motel, Ethan reviewed the footage. The triangle never appeared on camera, only the 3 figures. Frame by frame, something was wrong. The figures were getting closer. Not in the desert. Inside the recording itself. Every paused frame showed them one step nearer. By the last frame, one figure filled the entire screen. Its eyes were completely black. Then the video ended. The next morning, Noah was gone. His room was untouched. His wallet, clothes, phone, and car keys were still there. Only one thing was missing. Every photograph that contained Noah had disappeared. Family albums, social media backups, cloud storage, even his driver's license records could no longer be found. Terrified, Ethan contacted a retired Air Force radar operator. The old man looked at the footage for less than 5 seconds before closing the laptop. He quietly said, "We've tracked them since the 1960s. They aren't hiding from us." He looked directly at Ethan. "They're hiding us from them." Before Ethan could ask another question, the old man handed him a classified-looking document. Inside was a single sentence: "Do not record the second encounter." Ignoring the warning, Ethan returned to Black Mesa 1 week later. At 2:17 a.m., the light appeared again. This time, it descended only a few feet above the desert floor. A beam of pale blue light reached the sand. Within seconds, dozens of footprints appeared around the beam. Not human footprints. Long, thin, 3-toed. They ended abruptly, as though whatever made them had simply vanished. Ethan photographed them. Then he looked up. The craft was directly above him. A low vibration filled the air. Not a sound, a feeling. Suddenly, every memory of the past hour disappeared. 3 days later, hikers found Ethan walking alone on a highway nearly 90 miles from Black Mesa. He couldn't remember how he got there. His camera was still around his neck. Inside was one final photograph. It showed Ethan standing beneath the UFO, looking up. But he wasn't alone. Standing beside him was another person. The face was blurred. Government analysts enhanced the image for weeks. When the blur finally cleared, it wasn't another person. It was Ethan himself, wearing different clothes, looking 20 years older, and staring directly into the camera. The investigation was quietly closed. No official explanation was ever released. To this day, travelers crossing the desert near Black Mesa still report that at exactly 2:17 a.m., their radios fall silent, and for exactly 43 seconds, the sky becomes completely empty, as if something enormous is waiting just beyond what human eyes can see. The ending is deliberately ambiguous, which makes it feel like many real-life UFO mysteries. There is no confirmed explanation. The end. Thank you for watching the video till the end. If you like the story, like, share, and subscribe the channel if you want to listen more stories like this. Thank you.